Hey everybody, this is Stitch1993, and welcome back to another Underrated Games, where I talk about video games that I don't feel like are talked about enough anymore, or, as the title says, are underrated. And it's October, and it's prime time for me to talk about some horror games. And today I want to talk about an interesting one I won't think is so much horror, but does have the slasher vibe to it, and that is 2010's Naughty Bear, developed by Artificial Mind and Movement and published by 505 Games on June 25th, 2010 for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. The gameplay you'll be seeing throughout this video is the PlayStation 3 version. The gameplay for this game pretty much has inspired many games after this, including another one developed by Artificial Mind and Movement. So let's start about them first. So Artificial Mind and Movement started in 1992 and is still around today, although they're not known as Artificial Mind and Movement anymore. They're now known as Behavior Interactive or Behavior Studios. One of their main games that they're mostly known for now is the Dead by Daylight series. And I point this out because this is pretty much like the start of that type of gameplay, where you play as Naughty Bear, and you did not get invited to a birthday party. So what do? You go and you start killing every single teddy bear in sight by laying down traps, hiding, and sneaking up on characters, or just running around either with a machete or some sort of gun and killing them. And you get points by the different ways you can scare them and kill them. And yeah, that is, from what I've understood, that is pretty much how Dead by Daylight and other games in that sort of vein play. One person plays as the killer, right? Everybody else runs and hides. There is a multiplayer part of this game where you can essentially do that. I'm not going to be able to show gameplay here because it's, more of a single player game for me. But the game does support up to 4 players online so that you can do just that. And it's got different types of gameplay and styles, but the main gameplay is the story. And yeah, you're seeing the gameplay here. It's very colorful. There is no blood from what I've seen. I mean, yeah, they're pretty gruesome kills and everything, so like it did still get a T rating because of the violence. But yeah, so what you are trying to do in each level is trying to kill each bear individually without alerting the other bears and without alerting the police that would eventually show up. How you do this is you set traps, and they're kind of strewn all across each level, and you can just pick them up and place them where you think the bears would go. You can sneak inside and outside houses either through the doors, windows, or other means, depending on what level there is. And then you can go around and like getting their attention by destroying stuff or messing it up so that they would have to come and repair it, and then you can sneak up on them and kill them. Now, if you decide to go the more straightforward route of just running around killing them, the police will show up, but they're not much more stronger or different than any of the other bears. And I've actually found like the intellectualism of any of these NPC characters isn't that high to begin with. Sometimes you'll see them just kind of standing there. You could be almost right beside of them, and they really notice you weren't there until you start, trying to kill them. Then they'll start shooting you, or whatever bludgeon type of item they have, they'll try to kill you with. You do have a health bar, however, at least for the beginning, it's really hard to like get hurt as much as get killed. You also have little objectives in each level. Some of them are just going around finding different presents and destroying them by going and placing them in fires. Others are killing bears in certain ways, or just don't get caught or don't have the police arrive. Going back to the development side of this, as I said, this game was published by 505 Games. They've been around for quite some time. Some of their main games that I guess people wouldn't know them more for recently is the published Terraria, Abzu, Rocket League, and they're the ones behind publishing the Bloodstained games. But they've been going back as far as the early 2000s with games like Bust-A-Move Online and Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life. Overall, this is a pretty fun game. It hasn't been released on any other platforms as the recording of this video. There is skins of Naughty Bear and the narrator returns in Dead by Daylight. That happened back just a couple years back, and there was originally going to be a sequel, but ended up just being DLC. And then I believe the DLC was eventually included in the gold edition of the game that released just like a year after the original release came out. But overall, it's a fun game, especially if you just kind of want to turn your brain off type of game where you can just go around killing, something that's not just, blood and gore. Again, this is just teddy bears there, but it is, fun, and the inventive ways of, sneaking around and killing them there. So I want to know y'all's thoughts. Have you ever played this game, or is this your first time hearing about it? And if you have played it in the past, what did you think about it? I honestly think this is a very fun game. I really wish that it would get ported or a sequel to get made. And yeah, let me know down in the comments. Until next time, thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.